Let's listen in as Ty speaks to some 7th graders and their parents about how to make the teen years great years by honoring each other.
I have to confess a story as a father, and you all are going to just think I am emotionally a wreck, okay? Well, my daughter Emily, she's the oldest. We've got 2 Emilys here tonight. But my daughter Emily was 9 years old, and on this particular day, I was in our basement. I don't know what I was doing in there. I think the computer was down there, and I was coming up the steps, and Emily, at 9 years old, at the top of the stairs, I can still see her little frame, all right? She had long hair. Her teeth were a little crooked. No, they were a lot crooked, and and I think she might have been in her nightgown, and she was standing at the top of the stairs, and I looked at her. I was probably 2 steps below her, so we had some eye contact, and I got toward the top of the stairs, and I said, Emily, you're 9 years old, which means your time living at home is half over. She started crying, and she left me and ran upstairs to my wife, just weeping, saying, Dad says I'm almost done living at home here. I love living here. And so Terry comes to me and she says, honey, stop saying those kind of things to the kids. It's like you're emotionally, ruining them. Well, let me just give you some context. I've been a youth pastor, like I said, youth ministry most of my life, and one of the things I realized, like Emily, all right? Like you're, 13, 12, and Emily, you are 13. And this is how it works. So it's today, 12 and 13. Oh, wait, honey, check the mail. We just got a graduation open house from Emily Michaela announcing her graduation from her high school. And we just got our graduation open house from Michaela from high school. Okay, we don't know her middle name. Peace. All right? And what I realized was, as a youth pastor, it seemed like a day came and went, and the 7th graders were graduating from high school. So it's like I thought, as a dad, the Bible says life is but a breath. All right, and you're dead. All right? So I thought, as a father, I'm going to embrace every day of my kids' lives. Every day. And, sometimes there'll be a bad day, and there'll be some good days too. But I thought, I'm going to embrace every day in my kids' life. And so how are we going to have these next 6 years be really good years in our families? And it's going to take more than just the parents being phenomenal parents. And it's going to take more than just the 7th graders being phenomenal 7th graders. It's going to take a commitment on both parts, both parents and kids, to commit to honoring one another over the next 6 years. And so we just want to really prime the pump for that. And one of the things we want to do is just really understand each other. For example, parents, you were never your kid's age. Well, that's chronologically not true, but culturally it's true, and generationally it's true. So for example, like when I was in 7th grade, we had dial phones. 7th graders, have you ever seen a dial phone in your life? You have. Your mom has a dial phone in her room. See, that's my point. It was grandma's phone. All right, very good. Do you use it? Very nice confession. Okay, excellent. So back in our day, dial phones, and now today it is cell phones. And so, kids, one of the things you need to realize is that your parents are not fossils. Y'all know what a fossil is? Anybody know what a fossil? Okay, fossil, like aged, like older than dirt type thing, okay? We parents are not fossils. We kind of know what's going on. So the goal, as we think about honoring one another and having a climate and culture in our families of honoring one another, is we want to have no regrets in 6 years. No regrets in 6 years. And so teenagers, 7th graders, when you think of graduating in 6 years, what you want to be able to do is to celebrate the memories that you and your parents created over the last 5 or 6 years. And parents, on your teen's graduation day, you want to have no regrets, or very few regrets, as your child puts on his or her, what do you call those things in graduation? Cap and gowns, thank you. Caps and gowns with the little dangly thing hanging to the side. And so as a parent, I have lived with this principle of starting with the last picture and working backwards. So what we want to do is we want you to think about graduation day. We want you to think about sending out the graduation announcements. Right? Just not as parents, but as seventh graders, that day will come very, very soon. And all those home-cooked meals you complained about, that you're complaining about right now, they will taste in your heart. They will taste like chocolate, if you love chocolate. All right? And your laundry being done. When's the last time you thanked your parents for doing your laundry? Assuming your parents do the laundry. Oh man, they made me come in for curfew. And there's just all these things that seem so difficult in the now, that when graduation day comes, our goal tonight is that because between now and that graduation day, us together have committed to honoring one another, creating this culture of honoring one another in the family, and that day, that graduation day, being a great, great celebration day. So I want to just read Ephesians chapter 6, 1 through 4, because this is what the Lord has to say about honoring. It says, "Children, obey your parents in the Lord, for this is right. Honor your father and mother, which is the first commandment with a promise, that it may go well with you, and that you may enjoy long life on the earth. Fathers, do not exasperate your children. Instead, bring them up in the training and instruction of the Lord." And so these scriptures just are an invitation that teenagers, that seventh graders, that you would honor your parents, not just in the next 5 years, but for the rest of your life. And that parents, that we would love them in such a way that would not frustrate them, but honor them as well.
It's time to talk. For this first discussion, kids go with kids and parents stay with parents. Talk in groups of no more than 4 or 5. We'll see you back here in a few minutes.